G'day mates, how's it going? You're on DirtByte. Welcome back to our sea change survival, my farming VOD about moving to the country and starting a farm. So as you can see, we're back started on the poppy harvest. And yeah, it's taking a while with this combine. It is getting through it pretty well. Um, it's still going to take us quite a while though. And I'm thinking that we may, once we've filled up the trailer and we're taking it over to the sell point, it may be worth popping by the store and seeing if they do have any combines in that we may be able to afford, because it might be worth upgrading or getting a secondary combine now if they've got some older ones or something in store that would suit our needs. I know a lot of the ones they did have when we looked at it last month were quite new. They were quite big machines. We don't need a new or a big machine. We just need something with a bigger working with. So maybe double or triple the size, like 4 to 6 minutes in that range somewhere, I think would be a good upgrade. They did mention that those sorts of combines come and go every now and then, so they may have something in there. I'm not sure if it's something we're going to be able to afford. We have got $129,000 now, and we are making a bit from each side. Like I think about 24,000. I think it was. I recall that we've made for the first side of poppies. I reckon that we should be able to get maybe another 2 full loads plus the one that's there, so maybe 3 more full loads from the field plus maybe part of a 4th load. If that's the case, that could be another 50,000 or so that we can earn, or 75. So there's, it could be quite a bit that we earning potential we still have with this field. So yeah, I think it might be worth exploring that possibility at least anyway. And I mean, we are getting through with this harvester, so I could keep it. So if there's nothing that's really affordable, we'll just keep going and we'll keep persevering with this. We're probably halfway through, or not, maybe not quite halfway through now. Let me just bring the tractor over. Yeah, so if we are halfway through, we may get maybe only another 2 loads then from it, which is nothing to complain about. Happy with that. But I just think that, yeah, we should look into other possibilities. So what we'll do is I'm just going to fill the combine up once more, and that should almost fill the trailer. Once that's done, we will head over to the store and we'll see what they've got for combines, and we'll also sell our poppies. I think it'll be good to try and get it done as soon as possible because there is rain in the forecast. I don't think it's still a little bit later in the day, but it is a little bit dark. There is clouds around, so we want to get it done as soon as possible. I think a new combine harvester would really help with that. I'm not too fussed about selling this one either. I mean, it's not worth a huge amount, and our property and that we have got is split up, so I wouldn't mind keeping this one down by the dam just to do that small field when we've got stuff to do down there. We've got canola in there now, and then keeping a bigger one up here for like this big field, and because we will be expanding further as we buy more and more land, so that I prefer to have a bigger combine up here for those combinable crops that we will be doing. So yeah, well, that's the plan for the day anyway. We just need to get this combine filled. We'll just head up to the top and then I'll spin around and come back down to where the trailer's parked, and that'll do. I'm interested to go and see if there is other options or opportunities to buy some bigger equipment. So I'll cut out here and I'll bring you back in when we're just filled up the trailer. Welcome back. Here we are. We've pretty much got a full load of poppies. Just going to head over and hopefully we get that close to that 25,000 again for it, which would be really great. Do notice that this tractor does need some fuel, so what we'll do is we will do this first, go into the store about a new combine, and then we'll fill up before we head back to the field. So here we go. It doesn't usually take long to load this trailer, so we'll see that how we go. Our money is rocketing up, which is a really good sign. We're hopefully going to hit 150. There's 150. So nearly 154,000. So we've got plenty of money to expand our combine. So let's just head over there and see what they've got. And I'll bring you back in once we're looking at the combine page. So here we go. So there's a couple of different ones here. Obviously, these bigger new models are still too far out of reach. And these are probably too big for us at the moment. We don't need anything this size, like the X9 1100 from John Deere with 16,200 litre capacity. This is something we may be able to get at some point. But they've got a couple of smaller machines in, a couple of older ones. So there's a class which is, you know, expensive, like 90,000. We could afford it. And then the header itself is 6 meters, and that's 25,000. So we definitely afford it. That's no problem. But they've got this one here, the Massey Ferguson 5650 Advance for 45,000, which, if you look at the combinations, the header itself is 5.8 meters, so almost the same size as the class, but for a considerable, like half the price effectively. I think that this might be a good option. I do like the idea of going with the 4x4 type wheels. You know, it's very customizable. There's crawler tracks as well. I don't think we need the crawler tracks. I think that we could just go with the wheels. I think something like that would be good. Oh, that's a lot more. Let's just, yeah, they're very expensive, those upgrades. So let's just stick with the standard for that. Do we want to have a cabin? So obviously we can have a cabin. That's quite a bit of a cost, but I mean, we're going to be in this for quite a bit and quite a while. I think we should go with a cabin. That can just be standard. We want the beacon lights. Tint the windows a bit. That's it. And then we want a standard. I think we want the standard one of them. So yeah, so 51,000. So we're going to buy that. Actually, I did want to have a look at the pipe. Let's go with the high pipe. I like the look of that. So 53,000. It still leaves us 100,000 to be able to get the header. So yeah, this is just no customizations to this. Oh, there is one. I like that one better. Bit more expensive, but it's worth it for the looks. Here we go. Let's go and check it out. Wow. This is a huge, huge upgrade from the little John Deere. It has cost a fair bit. And we need to be able to, hopefully there's room to hook the header on. I really hate when they put the stuff so close to the building like this. This is a very big machine. Here we go, sneak in. Hopefully I've got the right attacher on for the header. Yep, there we go. Let's have a look. So it looks pretty nice in here. It's pretty dark out there with the tinted windows, and it's been a bit of a dark day. But when we are harvesting in the middle of summer, the tin windows will be really nice. And it looks quite nice inside. So yeah, no, this is definitely going to be a huge improvement over the one we have been using. So let's just see if we can get some steering assist lines on. And let us harvest for the first time. So yeah, this is great. Like, look at the extra width we're doing. So we're on the left there, that was I think 2 passes, or maybe 2 passes of the headland, and maybe a third one as well. But we're literally taking that same width in one pass with this new harvester. So it's not going to take very long at all to finish this field, which is great. So I think we might do, well, I think we'll finish the rest with this new harvester via a time lapse. Once we get full, I'll jump back in the other track to get it all filled up with fuel, and then yeah, I'll bring it back in once we've set over there with the last bit of the load. We'll see you soon.
Stars align above the field tonight. Bodies moving to ancient rhythm. Feel the earth beneath our feet. Sacred ground where strangers meet. Drums are calling out our names. Hearts are wild, souls untamed.
Round and round we spin. Let the magic in. This is where we belong.
We are ritual dancing under heaven's dome. Every voice enchanting, never dance alone. We are ritual dancing till the break of dawn. Feel the pulse advancing. This is our song. Fists painted with starlight, moving through the sacred rite. Arms raised high to greet the moon. Know this moment ends too soon, but while the music fills the air, we are boundless.
Welcome back. Here we go. Just getting the last 283 layers of poppies out of the combine. That combine has made that job so much easier, so much quicker. It is definitely a great buy. Like, I'm so pleased that that store had that for sale. That's just going to make our continued expansion so much easier and so much quicker. Like, even with buying that, we've still got 115,000 in the bank, which is pretty impressive. So the question will be what we do next. Like, I feel as though our equipment's at a place where we can expand land wise. Like, we have the big cultivator with the seeder, the big tractor, and combine harvester, which are, you know, important for making that money on bigger land. I think it also opens us up for the ability to get land and build a proper yard with sheds and storage and a house and all sorts of things as well. And also farmyard animals, whether that be chickens or dairy cows, beef cows, goats, sheep. I'm keen to explore all of the options that we've got for... What's that over there? Is that just a tree? Like a shrub? Yeah, it's just a very goldenly looking shrub. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, so it opens up for a lot of options for what we can do in regards to expand the farm. I'm just interested to see what the real estate's like. So I can go up onto the real estate website and have a quick look around at the blocks. So I have this one here next to us, which we could really afford now. And I do like this one because I think that this central area would be a really good place for a yard. It's quite flat. We could extend this field down a little bit more, not to make it too big, but maybe down to where we're standing. A nice central yard here with some room for some animals, and then another field on the end. If we have a look, so down in this section here, it's pretty flat. So this would be a really good yard section just straight off the main road there. Good place to eventually build a house. And then it looks like this property goes right down to the tree boundary. But yeah, because there's not many trees on this property, we would not need to take any down. I think that if we were to create a second field right up to this part, heading back in that direction, sort of like, you know, along that line there, would have two fields roughly about the same size. We'd have a yard in the middle and then the ability to have some animals around the outside of that. I think this is a really great opportunity. So what we're going to do is I'm going to head over to the shop. I'm going to go and see the real estate agent in there, see if this is still for sale, if that is the correct price. And then if it is, I think we get it. I really do. And money's still going to be a little bit tight because we don't have any crops in the ground, but we will have a new area which we can expand onto. So yeah, no, actually the expansion is going really well and really quickly. I think it was been a good idea to make the move from city to the country. Yeah, I honestly do. So let me just go and talk to them. We'll see what they say and we'll get the process underway if we can. Welcome back. So, yep, as you can see in the top corner, we've about $70,000 less in the bank than what we had before. It's a few hours later. This property was for sale. The real estate agents were happy to process it for us. The owner, well, the former owner of it was happy to do like pretty much an instant transfer because the money was there, money was in the bank. So it's taken a couple of hours, but it's officially ours now. So I'm not sure exactly where it starts from, probably in line with that. So just here. So what I envisioned is this section in here being yard down this way. So we'll work on that. And then extending this field down to about where that tractor is. That's the plan. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just get into all of our machines here and tidy them up a bit. We're still going to use the yard over near the greenhouse for now, because that's obviously, well, our only yard. We haven't set anything up yet. It's still going to be a work in progress. We do have 46,000, but like I said, there's only the canola in the ground, which is going to take a long time before it's ready. We've got 2 fields now that have got nothing in them. We're going to prep them with fertilizer and lime, as well as drilling. So there's still quite a bit of work to be done. And hopefully this will just fit in the corner here, like this. Excellent. Yeah, so might as well shut the engine off because we won't be using it for a while. Yeah, there was a bit of rain as well, and then it's come out nice and clear, and they've got the hot air balloons up, so it must be a nice afternoon for that. Then we also have this combine over here, which we've got to move. So I'll get all this tied up and I'll bring you back in once we're ready to move on to the next section. Welcome back. So I've had it all tidied up. I'm just been around and just confirmed the boundaries. So we've got the boundary lines are marked out like we have in the previous ones for previous blocks. So we're all good with that. I've got the cultivator on it. I'm thinking about expanding this field to start with. I think that, yeah, we just want to get down to probably down about this far, I reckon. And then as long as we've got enough room to enter in and exit our new yard. So I think the best place to start would be about parallel to that power line there. So if we lower this down, we should be able to, there we go. We can make the fields, I think. Yeah, I think that's close enough. So yeah, what we're going to do is I'm just going to, well, get this next field cut in today. It's getting a bit dark. It's getting a bit late in November, so the sun is quite low. I don't intend to do too much more today, but I think that this would be a good opportunity just to make this field a little bit bigger in preparation for what we may do with planting wise in this field next. What we're going to need to do is we've got our spreader, but as we know, that spreader runs out, like, it's only got a very small hopper, and it pretty well runs out of lime very, very quickly, which is not good for what we're needing to do. Like, we're getting quite significant size areas now, and we really need to make sure that we are getting the equipment that's going to be suitable for the land size we're getting. So I think that the next thing we should be looking at getting is a bigger spreader, like a wider with a bigger hopper. As that's really, I feel like that's what we're really lacking now. We've covered most of our other bases when it comes to bigger equipment, but that's the one thing, and that's, I think, when it comes down to lime and things like that, it's quite important that we do that correctly, because that is really about how we increase the yield of our crops, making sure that the ground is as well suited and it's up to the right level of nutrients and everything that it's wanting and needing to, well, grow the best, healthiest crops. So I think that this is a good size field extension. I don't want to go any more than this because it just will be eaten to the area I want to use as the yard. Looks like I can just square this up a little bit. That would be quite good. I think that's a bit better. I'll have a look down that line now. Yeah, that's a lot better. So what we'll do is I'm just going to get stuck in and get this cultivated up. We'll do a little bit of a time lapse. We'll bring it back in once we're done. So we'll see you soon. Welcome back. I thought while I had the cultivator out, I would quickly mark out what I think for the other field. You can see there that it's a decent size. It's nowhere near as big as the one that we have just been working in, but it is good. I'm thinking that one of these we should turn into grass. I'm thinking the one in front of us is probably good for that, because we're gonna, whatever animals we need other than possibly chickens, we're gonna need grass or hay. So yeah, I think this would be good to be grass. We can cut this for whatever it is we need. That one in front of us, we'll put a combinable crop in next time. Probably something that we can feed to an animal. Say maybe chickens. Let's get some chickens. So if we put wheat or barley or possibly sorghum in, that was what we'll probably do with this one here. And then this one over here, I'm not 100% sure what we should do with this field anymore. I'm wondering if this would be worth turning into something like a pasture, like maybe a goat pasture. We could have the building down this end where the tractor is, and then have like a really long field, because yeah, it's good for cropping, but at the same time we could fit a lot of animals in here. If we got the right equipment, we can keep them going and make a lot of money from them. I'm not sure how if we could put the fencing for the, you know, the animals through the forest, so that may be something we could look at, and then we encompass some of those trees. I know, I think the possibilities are quite literally endless for us. It depends on what it is that we can, on how much money we can make and what it is we want to actually do. So it's getting pretty late now in the evening. It's getting pretty dark. I don't think there's much point doing anything else on the farm today. So I think we might call it a bit early. This will be a bit of a shorter vlog, but we've been pretty successful. We've got a new combine. We've got a new plot of land. We still have $46,000 in the bank. So yeah, I don't think we complain. I think the last thing I think we might do is we might just quickly send the drone up so we can have a look at our new land. So I'll get that out and we'll get up, and I'll bring you back in once we get in some footage. So we've got the drone out. We can see that this is what we're working on here. This is our new extension, which is probably about a quarter bigger, maybe. I don't know, it's quite a significant improvement anyway. And yeah, this field is going to be great for our big cereal crop, so I think that'll be a good one for that. Obviously we have this one down here where I do think grass would be really good for there, because I'm not sure exactly where the yard's going to go. So this is the yard here. It may end up expanding into that area. If it's grass, it's not too much of a problem. We just, you know, build the yard over it. So, you know, that's it. That's the expansion we've done. There's our little yard, and then obviously where we may put some animals at some point soon. So I think that's it. If you have been enjoying my farm vlogs and you're enjoying how we're progressing, please do like and subscribe and follow along with the progress we're making. But for now, keep your boots dirty and your bites clean, and I'll catch you next time on DirtByte.